Howdy, going to do a live today on Mother Shipton. I just got to do a couple of little adjustments. Yeah, so I'm doing a bit of a series at the moment on prophets and that kind of thing. So Mother Shipton is an old one, and I'll go up to the newer ones like Edgar Casey and all that kind of stuff. And then we decode them. So just got it going through what they said and adding what we think or what could be and things that possibly came true. Just got to adjust this audio. All right. Just going to get my ugly head out of here. All right. Mother Shipton, born 1488, died 1561. Mother Shipton was an English soothsayer and prophetess. The first publication of her prophecies, which did not appear until 1641, 80 years after her death, contained a number of mainly regional predictions. One of the most notable editions of her prophecies was published in 1684. It states that she was born in Knaresborough, Yorkshire, in a cave now known as Mother Shipton's Cave, and was reputed to be hideously ugly. The woman who delivered Ursula spoke of a smell of sulphur and a great crack of thunder as the child came into the world. The baby was born misshapen and huge. Some thought her father was the devil. Her mother gave her up at age 2 and went to live in a convent for the rest of her life. Okay, so I will read her most famous prophecy, then I will do my own take or decoding on this cryptic quatrain. And now a word in uncouth rhyme of what shall be in future time. Then upside down the world shall be, and gold found at the root of tree. All England's sons that plough the land shall oft be seen with book in hand. The poor shall now great wisdom know. Great houses stand in far-flung vale. All covered o'er with snow and hail, a carriage without horse will go. Disaster fill the world with woe. In London Primrose Hill shall be in centre, hold a bishop's see. Around the world men's thoughts will fly quick as the twinkling of an eye, and water shall great wonders do, how strange, and yet it shall come true. Through towering hills proud men shall ride, no horse or ass move by his side. Beneath the water men shall walk, shall ride, shall sleep, shall even talk, and in the air men shall be seen in white and black and even green. A great man then shall come and go, for prophecy declares it so. In water, iron then shall float as easy as a wooden boat. Gold shall be seen in stream and stone, in land that is yet unknown. And England shall admit a Jew. You think this strange, but it is true. The Jew that once was held in scorn shall of a Christian then be born. A house of glass shall come to pass in England, but alas, alas, a war will follow with the work. Where dwells the pagan and the Turk? These states will lock in fiercest strife and seek to take each other's life. When north shall thus divide the south and eagle build in lion's mouth, then tax and blood and cruel war shall come to every humble door. 3 times shall lovely sunny France be led to play a bloody dance before the people shall be free. 3 tyrant rulers shall she see. 3 rulers in succession be, each springs from different dynasty. Then when the fiercest strife is done, England and France shall be as one. The British olive shall next then twine in marriage with a German vine. Men walk beneath and over streams, fulfilled shall be their wondrous dreams. For in those wondrous far-off days, the women shall adopt a craze to dress like men and trousers wear, and to cut off their locks of hair they'll ride astride with brazen brow, as witches do on broomstick now. And roaring monsters with man atop does seem to eat the verdant crop. And men shall fly as birds do now, and give away the horse and plough. There'll be a sign for all to see, be sure that it will certain be. Then love shall die and marriage cease, and nations wane as babes decrease, and wives shall fondle cats and dogs, and men live much the same as hogs. In 1926, build houses light of straw and sticks, for then shall mighty wars be planned, and fire and sword shall sweep the land. When pictures seem alive with movements free, when boats like fishes swim beneath the sea, when men like birds shall scour the sky, then half the world deep drenched in blood shall die. For those who live the century through in fear and trembling this shall do. Flee to the mountains and the dens, to bog and forest and wild fens. For storms will rage and oceans roar when Gabriel stands on sea and shore. And as he blows his wondrous horn, old worlds die and new be born. A fiery dragon will cross the sky 6 times before this earth shall die. Mankind will tremble and frightened be for the 6th heralds in this prophecy. For 7 days and 7 nights man will watch this awesome sight. The tides will rise beyond their ken to bite away the shores, and then the mountains will begin to roar, and earthquakes split the plain to shore. And flooding waters rushing in will flood the lands with such a din that mankind cowers in muddy fen and snarls about his fellow men. He bares his teeth and fights and kills, and secrets food in secret hills, and ugly in his fear, he lies to kill marauders, thieves and spies. Man flees in terror from the floods and kills and rapes and lies in blood, and spilling blood by mankind's hands will stain and bitter many lands. And when the dragon's tail is gone, man forgets and smiles and carries on to apply himself. Too late, for mankind has earned deserved fate. His masked smile, his false grandeur, will serve the gods their anger stir, and they will send the dragon back to light the sky. His tail will crack upon the earth and rend the earth, and man shall flee king, lord and serf. But slowly they are routed out to seek diminishing waterspout, and men will die of thirst before the oceans rise to mount the shore, and lands will crack and rend anew. You think it strange, it will come true. And in some far-off distant land, some men, oh, such a tiny band, will have to leave their solid mount and span the earth, those few to count, who survives this unreadable, and then begin the human race again. But not on land already there, but on ocean beds, stark, dry, and bare. Not every soul on earth will die as the dragon's tail goes sweeping by. Not every land on earth will sink, but these will wallow in stench and stink of rotting bodies of beast and man, of vegetation crisped on land. Okay, now we will do the decode of this quatrain, so feel free to comment on any parts. I am no expert, this is just some of my ideas and thoughts. So if you enjoy these types of decodes, press that like and subscribe button. That would be great. Okay, let's do this shit. And now a word in uncouth rhyme of what shall be in future time. My interpretation. This sets the stage for a prophecy delivered in cryptic, old-fashioned language, uncouth rhyme about future events. In 2025, this could refer to the way ancient prophecies are often revisited and reinterpreted to fit contemporary crises, such as climate change, AI, or societal upheaval. Then upside down the world shall be. This could symbolise societal upheaval, traditional power structures, political, economic, social, being overturned, climate crises, extreme weather disrupting normal life, e.g. polar vortexes in warm regions, droughts in wet zones, digital revolution, virtual reality, metaverse, and AI flipping traditional ways of living and working, political instability, revolutions, inverted power dynamics, and gold found at the root of tree, literal, discovery of rare minerals, gold, rare earth metals, at the base of natural resources, metaphorical. Gold could represent cryptocurrency, Bitcoin mining, which requires massive energy, tying back to nature's roots. All England's sons that plough the land shall oft be seen with book in hand. Decline of traditional farming. Farmers now rely on technology, e-books, tablets for precision agriculture. The poor shall now great wisdom know, information democratization, free education, YouTube AI tutors, allowing the less privileged to access knowledge. Great houses stand in far-flung vale, all covered o'er with snow and hail. Extreme weather. Snow and hail could represent climate change-induced disasters affecting even the rich, wildfires, blizzards in unusual places. A carriage without horse will go. This was likely a prediction of the automobile, horseless carriages. Disaster filled the world with woe. Climate disasters, extreme wildfires, hurricanes, floods, pandemics, new viruses, antibiotic-resistant plagues. In London, Primrose Hill shall be, in centre hold a bishop's see. A new religious or ideological power centre in London, the Church of England reforms radically due to declining faith. Around the world, men's thoughts will fly, quick as the twinkling of an eye. The literal meaning, telegraph, telephone, internet, social media, virality, thoughts spreading in seconds via TikTok and X. Now remember that Mother Shipton was born in 1488, so keep this in mind as we continue the decoding. I will do my best to get through this, as it is a longish prediction. Okay, so. And water shall great wonders do, how strange, and yet it shall come true. Desalination breakthroughs, solving global water crises. Or is it doom-like? Flood-based disasters, rising seas, but also floating cities. Through towering hills, proud men shall ride, no horse or ass move by his side. Meaning, towering hills maybe means skyscrapers or even large industrial structures, mining rigs, wind turbines. Proud men shall ride, not on animals but machines, self-driving vehicles navigating steep terrains, autonomous mining trucks, electric SUVs in mountains, maybe even drones moving between skyscrapers. Beneath the water, men shall walk, shall ride, shall sleep, shall even talk. Meaning underwater cities and habitats, projects like Ocean Spiral by Japan. More obvious would be the advent of submarines. Welcome to people just joining in on this decoding session. Leave your own thoughts in the comments. If I don't get to all the comments in this session, I will try to answer them once I am done here. So drop in your own ideas and also like and follow if you like these kind of decodes. Okay, back to it. And in the air men shall be seen, in white and black and even green. Humans flying visibly in the sky in different colours. Maybe hot air balloons or jetpacks, personal drones, or flying exosuits. White and black could mean uniforms, military police drones. Green maybe, eco-friendly air travel, hydrogen planes. A great man then shall come and go, for prophecy declares it so. A major leader or visionary will rise and fall quickly. Elon Musk, AI pioneers, or a new political figure rising fast but fading due to scandal AI disruption, or a short-lived global leader already here or in the distant future. I can think of a few I would like to see go at this moment. In water, iron then shall float, as easy as a wooden boat, boats up to aircraft carriers and warships. This one is simple in my mind, but again, this was printed in 1640, a long time before metal boats. So, a bit more background on Mother Shipton. At age 24, she married Toby Shipton, a local carpenter near York in 1512, and told fortunes and made predictions throughout her life. They had no children, but she became known as Mother Shipton because of all the people she helped. They lived in Knaresborough, England. Her power to see into the future made her well known not only in her hometown but throughout England. Her legend was passed on through oral traditions and is perhaps sometimes embellished a bit. Since 1641, there have been more than 50 different editions of books about her and her prophecies. Many of her visions came true within her own lifetime, and in subsequent centuries predicting important historical events well into the future, like the Great Fire of London in 1666, the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588, as well as the advent of modern technology. She even forecast her own death in 1561. Today, her prophecies are still proving uncannily accurate. I think I underestimated how long this will take me to decode, so I will see how I go. But this might have to be in two parts. Okay, getting back to it. Gold shall be seen in stream and stone, in land that is yet unknown. As an Aussie, I have to say this is the discovery of a lot of easy-to-get gold in Australia, but could be a few other places. And England shall admit a Jew, you think this strange, but it is true. Yep, not sure about this one, it would take time to work out, as I'm not sure if Jewish PM has ever led Britain, but if you guys know more, drop it in the comments. The Jew that once was held in scorn shall of a Christian then be born. Again, not sure, but maybe it's to do with a Jewish PM in Britain that is yet to be. Or maybe a persecuted Jewish figure becomes revered in Christian circles. A house of glass shall come to pass in England, but alas, alas. Could it be about mass surveillance or social media exposure? So reading this, I am not sure if it is like a timeline, as in events are going to happen in the timeline of the prophecies, or are these lines just a mixed timings type thing? Yep, not sure. Again, anyone with more knowledge could chime in, that'd be great. Next, a war will follow with the work, where dwells the pagan and the Turk. Could be pagan and Turk, Russia, pagan roots versus Turkey, Ottoman legacy, or religious war, radical Islam versus nationalist movements, maybe even Russia-Turkey clash in Syria, dragging in NATO, we will see. When north shall thus divide the south, and eagle build in lion's mouth. Could be when UK's Scotland, Northern Ireland split from England. The part eagle in lion's mouth, maybe. America, eagle, controlling UK, lion, via trade, military deals. 3 times shall lovely sunny France be led to play a bloody dance. World wars and other wars from her time would be my guess. Then when the fiercest strife is done, England and France shall be as one. So maybe after France's turmoil, England and France unify politically or militarily. Looking at the world at the moment, UK and France could form a new alliance against rising threats from Russia? Maybe. The British olive shall next then twine in marriage with a German vine. This could be many times in British history up till now. I am not versed enough to pinpoint past history, but maybe the UK and Germany form a close bond, economic or royal marriage, or maybe political union. King Charles's family ties, German ancestry. Again, add your own ideas in comments. Cheers. Men walk beneath and over streams. Fulfilled shall be their wondrous dreams. Could be tunnels and bridges, underwater tunnels like the UK-Norway submarine rail proposal. Now this on is very 2025, you know. The women shall adopt a craze to dress like men and trousers wear and to cut off their locks of hair. Feminism, gender-neutral fashion. The current non-binary movement. They'll ride astride with brazen brow, as witches do on broomstick now. Not sure what a brow is or means, but I will guess could hint at motorcycles, cars, jets, or drones. And roaring monsters with man atop does seem to eat the verdant crop. My interpretation would be tractors, harvesters, or war machines destroying crops, maybe. And men shall fly as birds do now, and give away the horse and plough. I will go with drones replace traditional farming. Okay, this will have to be a 2-part decode. I have a few things I have to do today, so 1 or 2 more, then I will have to wrap this up. Put a follow in to see the rest of this decoding session. I will try to do it in the next few days. Also, like this live, if you enjoyed it, if I don't get time today to answer all the comments, I will try to do that in the next decode. Okay, a few more, then I will have to go. There'll be a sign for all to see. Be sure that it will certain be. Interpretation. A global event so shocking, it's undeniable. In the crazy times we are in now, this could be AI singularity, alien contact like the Pentagon UFO disclosures. This one could be just about anything. Then love shall die and marriage cease, and nations wane as babes decrease. The collapse of family structures, declining birth rates. There is a fertility crisis right now. Sperm count's down 60% since 1973. So yep, that one seems legit. And wives shall fondle cats and dogs, and men live much the same as hogs. Wives fondle cats and dogs. to me is the decline of human relationships, replaced by pets, what I would call the loneliness epidemic. People now prefer pets over people. The part, men live as hogs, would equal societal current decay, laziness, and overconsumption. In 1926, build houses light of straw and sticks. Straw and sticks meaning houses are now cheap, as in built like shit. For then shall mighty wars be planned, and fire and sword shall sweep the land. Maybe she means a global war erupts, worse than World War II, or maybe she means World War I and II. When pictures seem alive with movements free, when boats like fishes swim beneath the sea. Easy one, TV, computers and phones. Then she's talking about submarines. When men like birds shall scour the sky, then half the world, deep drenched in blood, shall die. Maybe she means World War I and II, or maybe III. I put my money on World War II. For those who live the century through, in fear and trembling this shall do. With the world in its current dystopian surveillance state, I say yep. Moving on. Flee to the mountains and the dens, to bog and forest and wild fens. People have to escape to the wilderness due to the collapse of cities, maybe, like how all the elites are building bunkers at the moment in places like New Zealand and the Swiss Alps. Okay, last one. For storms will rage and oceans roar when Gabriel stands on sea and shore. Gabriel is a biblical end times figure. Her trumpets mean war and awe apocalypse. Throw in climate collapse, superstorms, rising seas. That'll